Okay, so today we're going to be making a message appear. And what I want to do is I want to make the first player, I want the first player to go in the direction of the stairs and then go up the stairs. So I need to make a message for that. So here I have a message created that's kind of similar. And we'll go to the canvas panel, go upstairs. And let me show you that. I'm going to go to this icon. It's called 2D. So I can go to the canvas. And this is my panel right here. It says go upstairs. So what I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to go back to the 3D space. I'm going to add a cube. I'm going to go to this particular location. There goes my first player right here. I'm going to add the cube right here. So I go up to the top, I click on Game Object, 3D Object, and then I select Cube. And the cube appears. I'm going to click on the arrows icon right here so I can move the object. So I'll go to the Move tool, which has the 4 arrows, and I'm going to move the cube. I'm going to move the cube forward a little bit. A little bit closer. Oh, this is good. Okay. All right. I'm going to make this cube a little bit smaller, spread it out. Excellent. I'm just gonna do something a little bit easy today. And I'm going to make this a little bit longer. Okay, now the reason why I'm making the cube this size, and I'm not using a laser, I'm just going to be using an actual cube on this. Sometimes it's a lot easier for me. I have to read a whole bunch of code. Okay, there we go. So I have a large cube here. So right here is the edge, right where my mouse is going in a circle. This is the edge of the cube. And then over on this side, that is the end of the cube. So you can consider this as enter. And that is, on that side, you consider that as exit. So I'm going to click on the cube again, and I'm going to make a trigger event. And it's going to say, is this box collider, is this going to be a trigger event? Yeah, it's going to be a trigger event. So I'm going to click on that particular box. Now, if and only if this was like something small, but you still wanted to make sure that the player collides with it, you can always go to Edit Collider. And if you felt that the player could jump over the object and you still want that trigger to happen, you click on, you see this little square right here, you just go up. and that will ensure that the player, even if they jump over the object, that that trigger event will go off. Okay, so now we're going to add a script, which I had already have written, which is the message appear. I'm gonna double click on this script so you can see it. Excellent. So here, this is my message script, and I'm noticing, let me change that. Let's just say message script. Okay, there we go. All right, so here I have the class message script, and it should match exactly what the file name is called. And here I have the serialized field game object player. I'm going to make the player a game object. And then the message that I want to appear once the player collides with the cube, I'm going to call that game object message in serialized field. And I'll show you what a serialized field looks like. But inside the game, when we add this script, it will just have two fields where you can just drag in the player and the message in those particular fields on the game object itself. And I'll show you what it looks like. So here I have two events. So this private void on trigger enter, the if statement, if other.gameObject.compare tag is the player, then the message will appear only if it is the player. And then the next function we have is private void on trigger exit. And again, only the player is going to set this off and make the message exit. So on the other, once the player walks through that cube and gets to the other side of that cube, that message will automatically disappear. And it's only going to happen if the player object collides with it. So if an enemy collides with that box, nothing's going to happen. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this particular box. I'm going to click on add component, and there goes the script, message script. And it has the two serialized fields that I was referring to before as player and message. So all you have to do is drag the player over and the message over. So here goes my player field. My first person player is right here. And you can click on the down arrow, the player capsule, and as you can tell, the tag is called player. And then the next field is called the message that I want to appear. It is called panel go upstairs. So I want that to appear. I'm going to go ahead and drag that into this particular field. And I don't want it to appear right now, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it is inactive, it is not showing. I only want it to show unless the first player hits this cube. Okay, this looks really good. And I'm going to rename this as, I'm going to call it a trigger for the message to appear. All right, so I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to click on the three dots right there, and I'm going to click on maximize, and then I'm going to click the arrow right here to play the game. And just wait for it, and here we go. All right, so I'm going to go straight. Oh, there goes the message. It says, go upstairs. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to keep going straight. I'm at the end of the box, and the message goes away. And there goes the stairs right there. Let me turn that off. Now, the next thing I'm going to not maximize that. I'm going to go back to the box, which is right here. I'm going to go to the scene. I'm going to click on this box. And what I know, obviously, I don't want a white box to appear in the game. So you want to uncheck the mesh renderer. Once you uncheck the mesh renderer, it will still work as normal, but you don't see it. So let me go ahead and play it again, the game. Hit the play button. And she's going to go forward. Go upstairs. And there you go.